Welcome to a new video here with my Volvo with the Lamborghini engine. An update after Street Week and some improvements and work I need to do to finish the car. The car was actually not finished when I took it to drag week. It was not ready at all to be driven on the streets and on the drag strip, but yeah, we managed to go almost all the way there. So yeah, now I have it back in my garage here, and I will work out some things to make it working as I want, and some faults we found during the time. And yeah, hopefully I can get some better sound also from the exhaust of this car, because I think this should sing a little bit better. Still some wiring work to do to finalize putting a new stereo in the car here now. We had one in the car installed during the driving, but I think during all the hours we were in the car driving, I think it only worked for about 5 minutes or so. So yeah, checking out the old Mutant amplifier. This was in the car. It's on the side here, so it's hidden. Back here we have an MDS Backe classic one. Back here also I bought some sound insulation, because I need to put some back here again. We removed it for the welding. All of these panels down here, baljor we call it in Swedish, are brand new ones. I don't know if I showed when replacing them, but yeah, Victor VMR Customs helped me to replace them. Victor, that was one of the co-drivers when we were at the Street Week. By the way, this car have this extra sound insulation. You see here, it has been in these panels, it's back here, and all of the doors, it's extra sound insulation. So this car is heavier than stock. This is absolutely no drag racing car. It has electronic windows here on all 4 doors and central locking, and yeah, a lot of equipment, so it's not a race car at all. Alternator is out. I removed some of the parts I borrowed and put the new diodes in the alternator again, and regulator as well, so they're fit for fight. I think maybe this generator alternator was a new one, but it was maybe removed from the factory Jaguar because it was a fault. Also, I had a problem here with the oil. It was leaking a little bit in the V of the engine, so I'm trying to clean everything out, and I will start it up and see where the leak is. By the way, no gearbox in the car because the clutch was smoked, so I have ordered a new clutch, waiting for that one. Okay, I got the new clutch discs here from TTV Racing in UK, and also this pressure plate and the middle plate, because they were looking a bit bad. The discs, they are worn down, but yeah, not completely, but too much to be able to engage. And I think one of the problem could have been that the material from the clutch came in this spring on the, yeah, somewhere here, making it not working properly. So maybe it would been just to clean it out and it could be drivable. And this one is for road use and track days. It's not for drag racing, but I also ordered some ceramic discs here if I want to do some drag racing, but for now I'm not doing that. I will put it together with this organic discs. So the car will be up and running again, hopefully soon here. And thank you TTV for nice pieces, rebuildable, possible to replace all the parts here. I was going to install the clutch, but everything was too thick, I think, and I think that I got discs that are a bit too thick. If you see the metal part here in the middle of the frictions, this one, the new one, is 1 millimeter thicker than the other one, so maybe I got this one the wrong ones, but I think this center ones is the correct thickness of, so if I want to drive the car I can install them. So yeah, maybe that's the thing to do. Gearbox is up, and the drive shaft is going to be installed again, and I have to say thank you to Artin from Närke Hydraulik in Hallsberg. Artin with Instagram Nissan 2JZ he made me this drive shaft just a couple of days before Street Week. So this front piece, I had some parts laying around. This one is from a BMW and the middle piece, I think this is from a Renault, some kind of transporter bus. So it's a big joint here, and the back part is also BMW with an CV joint there. So yeah, he had to made some special to fit these pieces together. So here is some footage when he was machining and welding this drive shaft. Thank you, Artin. Very strange now. I'm trying to remove the plate in here for the oil plate because it was leaking oil, and just suddenly it was coming more and more fluid out here. So very strange, and it also looked like it could be water. And maybe you can see this hole here. Looks like pouring water out of it. So yeah, I think a bolt had been too long there, maybe. So yeah, it's protruded to the cooling channel there. So yeah, big bath down there. I hope it's possible to put some sealant in that one. I have my nice Volvoghini oil plate here removed because I think that it's from this one it's leaking. I had a used gasket here on it, but yeah, it's a metal one, but these are really expensive. I think about $800 or something like that. I really hate Lamborghini when they charge so much for something that simple. So I'm doing an own gasket here, working on a gasket there, so I hope that will clear. And also the bolt, I think one bolt was too long, so it protruded a new block and was into the water there. So putting in a bolt with some sealant, hope that will fix the problem. Jesper, another fellow street weeker. He was driving all street week with his car and the caravan, same as last year. I'm here in Rättvik, Dalarna for Classic Car Week. It's a very nice town, this Rättvik, actually. On a hill here next to a lake.
Visa vägbeskrivning.
Let's talk about faults and improvements I am working on with the car now, because yeah, it's drivable, but yeah, it's far from where I want to have it. So I'm using the car now for normal daily use, and of course I always have the computer with me, so I'm always doing some tuning. One thing I just did was that it was a bit cold when driving, especially when raining, because it has been raining a lot here in Sweden now. Raining got a bit cold, so I have the output for the water pump, the electric water pump, in the PDM. So I could easily, just with the no wiring changes, just put an PWM, pulse width modulation, to the water pump. So the water pump now at the lower, oh my gosh, this Biltema have seen better days. This water pump now at lower temperatures, it's not working 100% all the time, so that it was doing before. But one of the big things is that it's maybe not sound that good that I want, and yeah, I think many other people are disappointed as well. This exhaust, I think it was built day before or 2 days before Street Week, so Maybe the exhaust manifolds is not optimal. All the pipes should be equal length, and I don't think they are like that now. So yeah, maybe I have to redo them. But I will try first to modify the exhaust to get a better sound of it. But let's go for a drive now and hear how the sound of the engine is now. One more thing you can see here, the battery voltage. It's the ECU battery voltage. It's not the actual voltage, but there's some disturbance into the ECU. Tried to fix it before Street Week, but it was not possible. So I actually put a filter on this one signal for 8 seconds, so then it worked pretty good. But all the corrections is not the best when the voltage is jumping like this. So try to fix it now. Also, one of the problem is that the brake pedal, yeah, all metal there now, I need to put some rubber on. But yeah, the brake pedal is sucking down. So if you push the pedal, yeah, they're still there. So I think it's an hydro boost problem. I put in some more shims here between, but I don't think that is the problem. Maybe it is the return, because now the return is going with an eye fitting here to, yeah, back to the tank here. The pressure ratios or the flow ratios, I think it's pretty sensitive on these ones, and usually out of this one it is just a straight pipe. Now I have put an banjo fitting there. I tried to drill that one as big as possible, but maybe that is too tight for the flow there as well, so we'll see. So the steering and the brakes have not been the best. I've been driving a lot now, but if you're driving normal, I will use the handbrake as much as possible. That one is the second caliper back here, but yeah, it's possible to brake, that's no problem. But sometimes if you brake hard into a stop, you have to put your foot under the pedal and take it back before you can drive away. So yeah, not optimal. The brake problem is fixed and steering problem, and it was actually this Y fitting that connected the returns from both the hydro boost and the power steering. So a little bit temporary down here, but it will work. And also this one, I think it's a bit temporary. I just put an fitting through the cap here. So now when the return is free flowing, the brakes did not get stuck at all. So now they are perfect. Maybe the power steering is not as strong as it should be. Maybe the pump is not that good, or yeah, the return there, I have to make it bigger maybe. I actually bought a new pump because this one started on Street Week. I think started to sound a little bit bad, but yeah, so I bought a new serviced one of these Opel pumps. So I will modify this one, I think, and put an fitting into the side here. So yeah, it does not look so good with this fitting here on the top, but it will work for now. One problem we found before the Street Week, when it's just started the engine, is the variable cams was working fine on this bank. Either the intake or the exhaust were working. Checked the sensors, even checked the wiring, everything looked good to the solenoids. It's one solenoid here, one under here. Everything there seemed fine. Even borrowed one of the solenoids from my Lamborghini and put in, but still did not work. So to make it easy, and I just put everything 0 for the camshaft. So I did not had any variable cam timing on the Street Week, or not right now either. It's strange because it's both on this bank, so maybe I'm thinking if something got incorrect installed, or maybe it does not get the oil there as it should, or I'm troubleshooting the camshaft problem that it's not working on bank 2. So yeah, I have the solenoid here connected directly to it, and yeah, connecting here, and you can actually hear on the engine that it is working, the camshaft. Yeah, it is moving, so yeah. Must be something with the wiring or something in the ECU. Yeah, I think I found the camshaft problem, so test it. Both camshafts move there. We take 5 degrees. Yes. Bank 2, yeah. Yes, now the camshaft is working. The battery died in the camera, but maybe you can see here. Camshaft aim is 5 degrees and they're pretty spot on here, and then I put in 0 and it went down to 0. So yeah, all good. Duty cycles is similar on both. And the problem, it was actually a very easy one. The bank 1 have the output, half bridge output, and I had the outputs on the bank 2. I had the low side ignition for the camshaft solenoid there. Maybe I should have known that I should use an half bridge output instead, but because I could choose. Usually you can only see what you can use and shows here, so I could choose this ignition outputs. I used them, so yeah, that was the problem. So a really simple one here, switching, it was actually in the same connector, just 1 pin for intake and 1 for exhaust. So now, yeah, that is working as well. By the way, small things I fix, you know, these turn signals, that they should go back. I missed a pin here inside because this is an aftermarket steering wheel, but now it's working. I drilled in a bolt there, so yeah, just a small thing. When it's a loud car, sometimes you cannot see or hear the blinkers there. So it would be nice to go out and do a test drive with this camshafts working now, but it is an thunderstorm outside here, so yeah, it will be another day. Beautiful Swedish weather have been here now lately. Before I found the problem with the camshafts, I was checking everything here if I could have done something incorrect in the cylinder heads, because yeah, if I have mixed match something, because it was both the intake and the exhaust camshaft that was the problem. I really thought I have installed something incorrect. And yeah, my what to say, self-confidence has not been the best lately. So yeah, when building the engine, I have been using torque wrench for almost everything on the engine because my self-confidence has not been the best. So when doing that, you can feel a little bit better. Usually I use torque wrench for the most important things and a lot of other things with feeling. Let's see if I can get some better sound of this one. Maybe it is the muffler here that takes down the sound a lot, and yeah, but I think also one key to good sound is equal length, all the pipes. Here in the beginning here I have the titanium ones. Just did this I think one day before I was supposed to go to Street Week. This pipe here, I did some quick measurements. I think this is like 130 centimeters, 1300 millimeters from the collector. This one is about 1000 millimeters for the collector, so they're uneven length. So I think maybe to redo this one, it will make it a little bit better. So yeah, I bought some pipes here, so I will try to do something. Also maybe left and right hand bank, when they goes together, maybe it sounds better with an X pipe like this, or sometimes it's an H pipe. If you have any good information on how to make a good sounding exhaust, please let me know in the comments. I will try to investigate as much as possible. I've actually ordered a sensor to try to figure out the sound of the engine as well, but more to that when I get the sensor and I will do some more testing. But yeah, now I think I will disconnect here and see how it sounds, and then disconnect here, remove the muffler and hear how it sounds, and then maybe rebuild this one front piece here. Without an exhaust, and it do not sound good at all. A bit sad to remove this titanium pipes with the steel ones. Now it's just a bit temporary, but now it's equal length to this X pipe here. I will try to start it up and see how it sounds now, but I think I will cut this here and connect it here. I'm no musician, but I think it sounded better, absolutely better. And now, what not this X pipe, should I cut it here and connect it to this one? I want to have a valve. I have ordered an exhaust cutout valve to put somewhere. We'll see. Maybe if I cut this, will it sound still the same, or will it be a different sound with this just an Y instead of the X pipe here? Maybe. And yeah, it got hot already. These ones got blue. Normal steel pipes got blue from the first start. These ones are the VHT. The headers here you can see, they are VHT. Still holding up good. This color on the headers here. Is sounding a bit better now, I think, but maybe not 100 there, so we'll still do some work and tweaking. I'm here in Fjugesta, going to Anab here, and a local speed shop to pick up some parts, maybe see what they have. I need some here for the Volvo. They have a little showroom here with the parts they have. A lot of things to American cars, some carburetors as well. But yeah, and some workshop tools. Large inventory of parts. I think they have complete like engines and 9-inch rear axles as well. Some guys are using for the Volvos as well. Rims and yeah, various things here. So yeah. And for my Volvo, I was looking for a new radiator, and they had a radiator. I bought one here many years ago when I had a 2J in my Volvo, and also I bought an exhaust cutout valve here. A lot of different parts. Yeah, here is one of the cutouts, smaller one. I got an 3.5-inch ones. There's also up to 4-inch of these ones. Electronic one, I was looking for a vacuum one, but yeah, they say this one works good, so we'll try it. So what did I got from Anab? It's a new radiator. This one I will only use the core for this one, and I actually have an Anab radiator I installed maybe 10 years ago when I had a 2J in this one, so it's the same one. It had some abuse damages, but now it's leaking a bit here when the cells go into the end tanks. But my end tanks is very special. Here it's on the side and the out is on the bottom, so I will cut off the end tanks on that one, and this one I will cut off the end tank tanks and have a fresh radiator as well. And then I got one of these exhaust cutouts. This one is in a 3.5 inch, same as my exhaust is. They have 4 inch, 3 inch and 2.5 different sizes. What do we have here? We have the valve, even a flange here, and like a small downpipe from this one. I was looking for an vacuum one because I think that's what they use in the OEM cars. And I ordered one from US some time ago, but I've not heard anything from them, so I don't know if they're ever gonna ship it for me or whatever. But then Anab had this one. It's actually a kit with a remote here as well and wiring, but I will make it to a button there on the car, and would be nice to sound quiet like it's now. It's pretty quiet, the car, or I can be a little bit loud. So I will install this on the car and see how that goes. But I think that will be in the next video. I think this one is getting a bit long now. I'm still working on it, going on some road trips again around here in Sweden very soon. So will be more videos of the car soon there. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much everybody that bought merchandise from busbil.com. Very kind of you. You're a sponsor of this car if you bought something there, or a donation there or something. So thank you very much.